Okay, welcome everyone to the stream. Let's get the settings sorted out. You gotta turn the music on. And it's some drought music. Oh, we don't have any... Ooh, let's turn these on. We have enough wood. Get a couple of them running. Make sure they're both prioritized by haulers. Morning, Casper. Okay, let's do a quick overview. It's been a week since I've streamed. We're on cycle 13, day 20. We have a drought that has about 2.5 days left. We did start working on this mega reservoir in the last episode. We have basically a wall of levees over here, and we can detonate both of these. Let me speed up a little bit. We have a fluid dump, right here, and then we're working on getting the wall set up. And it's going to go all the way across. I still have not figured out exactly what I want to do around the floodgates. We'll get that sorted out down the road though. We have unplanted these trees. We're going to let them chop them down for now. And then I think that we'll probably... Well, this whole thing is going to be a different elevation. We could use... Where is it? Could use the deep mechanical fluid pump on this side as well as on this side. Don't know if it will be necessary. I think at the very least we could just have this connect in, because this will be just one tile lower. So it should give us a good amount of water for now. I think this one is a little bit lower, so maybe we don't connect this in quite yet. But ideally we do want to have probably 2 water sources that feed into here. And then I could also expand some of this out. That way we have more storage capacity. Well, we're going to wait until we have all this bad water that's evaporated. Well, we could, because I think we're near the bottom of the map. If we go down a little bit. Yeah, so this is the lowest, so we can't go lower than that. Which means we could do double dynamite, and that would be just about it. These right there. We can go triple over here. And then we also have... I don't know if it was... I think it was just a few days ago. There's a new little... balance change, I guess you could call it. Not really an entire update, but they changed how levees look, and then also how dams look. So now they just look like wood, look more like logs. So, and then dams, those also look more like wood. Can't really see it here very well. I wonder if we have some dams around the colony. I try to avoid using them since I don't really like how they interact with water. Yeah, these are levees. Yeah, I don't know if we actually have any dams around. Oh, they just finished pumping some of this. Thankfully we still have a few more tiles deep we can go. But we're also pretty much maxed out on bad water. We do have a few jobs that are vacant. We could probably lower one of these to lowest, because I don't think we're having a problem getting enough bad water. So we had a few more people join the stream. Welcome. It's episode 7. In today's episode, hopefully we can get as much of this reservoir constructed as possible. And they have built the dynamite very quickly. The water pumper, or water dumper, is starting to put some more water in here. So the beavers are getting access to wet fur, which I think is going to be pretty important for them. We do also have this tube station. I think that it's not connected in yet. I think we need to go one at a time. Yeah. So at least we can go from both ends. We'll just have to manually basically add in individual tubes because they can only reach one at a time since it's so far away from the surface basically. And then a quick resource check. We're at 650-ish logs, 500 planks. Doing good on gears. Pine resin's actually going down quite a bit. I think we were max for a while. Wood is doing well, so let's unmark all of these trees to be chopped down, and then they'll grow up and give us a better amount of pine resin. Metal block's good. We are maxed out on explosives. I have what's that, 3 different explosives factories. So we have quite a bit of capacity. I'm trying to remember what we were using all the dynamite for. I know we had some over here, but that might have been like the main dynamite area. We do have a lot of irrigation over here. This guy can reach most of it, but I think we should add in some more trees. And then we could also take advantage of the fact that we can get maple syrup and chestnuts from trees. Because if we take a look at the beaver's well-being, we go down to, wait, where is it? Nutrition. Oh yeah, so we only get, wait, do we not have either of those trees? Wow, so we get birch, pine, mangroves, and oak. And we get coffee, but we don't have, there's no maple trees or chestnut trees. Okay, that makes that simple. So I guess we just do more oak trees over here. Just might as well go all the way to the end. And then we can also add in some platforms. Then this guy will be able to reach all of it. Just make sure we add a lumberjack flag to go along with him. A few more people join the stream. Welcome everyone. I did see though in the food section we don't have any algae rations. So we get some more hydroponic gardens set up. We have a good amount of water. I'll probably want to wait till we have the reservoir up and running before we add those hydroponic gardens. And it looks like we actually, the water has run out over here. Which I guess makes sense because these guys pump until they can't, and then that drains this area. So it's probably, well, wouldn't be a bad idea to make a section to keep these trees growing. And we have some options. We could go down one elevation and then tunnel across and then make like a larger grid. Might need to do a couple of those because I think that the irrigation effects are a little bit different when it's going up a tile versus just out. That's something to think about. Having some coffee this morning. I just woke up like 45 minutes ago. We could also add some trees over here. I think we're doing good on coffee. That's Greece. Coffee's not maxed out now. This guy... Where's the... Okay, hold up. Is this it? You're the coffee brewery. He's doing good on coffee beans. Because they're not quite maxed out. We have picked all of the coffee beans that we can. So I think it's worth getting at least a few more planted over here. Can this guy reach? Okay, he can reach all the way over here. Let's just make sure we have plenty of coffee. Just like me. And then we're still doing great on berries, which is fantastic. Our beaver population, we have 190 beavers, 52 free beds, since we added so many in these barracks. And then we actually have a good amount of dirt. We should probably make it so they can access this lower level. Let's start with this. And then path across. Oh, I need to do this as well. I guess I skipped one at the front. That was not my intention. Let's go all the way across like this. And the dirt has ended. Oh, the wall. Yeah, the wall is for this reservoir. So I need to go across here. I don't know exactly where I'm going to terminate it at the moment. But that's going to keep the water at bay so that we don't flood our colony. We're starting on this side though. They constructed this fairly quickly. And so I can do another wall across this way. Or I could do another like earthen dam. I think I'm leaning towards another wall. And then I'll have to go across. So I'm guessing if you look from the top, it would go over here and then across this way. And then I'm not sure exactly how wide of a channel I want over here, but that'll go, connect in, and then we can access the water from this side. We'll blast away some of this dirt. And then let's continue to connect those tunnels in, or connect those tubes in, I should say. Slow and steady. See how quickly they actually construct this. We're about halfway through day one. Because we have all the resources we need for it. We have planks and metal blocks. It's really just about bringing them over. And then they gotta do these. So we'll check back in very soon. And the water pumpers are doing their thing. Cause they've basically maxed out these, and then they'll bring the water over here. And perfect timing. Add those two in. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we're missing. We are a little short on bot parts. What was that? Heads? We have chassis and, I mean, not a whole lot of limbs, but we have some limbs. But bot heads. We have enough gears, right? Yeah, and planks and metal blocks, so I don't know why we're running short on those. Maybe prioritize it by haulers. So chassis are, let's have the most of those. We're doing good on bots. We have 3 vacant jobs. I think those all are contained in our efficient mine over here. They are not. Where do I have those? Is that hauling posts or builder sets maybe? That's beavers, bots. Okay, so that's right there. And these are all lowest on the priority list for bots. Do a quick check for the bot jobs. We have 4 builder sets that are all lowest. Same with the deep bad water pump. Wait, no. Oh, that's okay. So this is not just bot jobs. It's all workplaces. So we have bot, beaver. And then anything else? Hauling post, that's beavers. There's no workers. Wow. And then, what job is this? A lumberjack flag? We can bump that up to slightly lower, or slightly higher than low. Okay. We have 14 vacant jobs for the beavers. So we don't want that. Maybe switch that to bots. At least temporarily. We can always switch it back. Casper, the reservoirs to be a pointing hand shape. I guess it will be a pointing hand. Also, if you live in the US, it's kind of like Idaho. So do we need to get more breeding pods? I mean, I guess we could always focus on well-being. Kind of started doing that a little bit. And let's mark those trees. And then connect those tubes in. Because that should help their well-being. They all have access to those, to the showers and the swimming pools. And this guy's not prioritized by haulers, but he did a good job filling this up because it is filled to the brim. And then the goal is, once we have this filled up with water, the sluice will, we can actually raise that up a little bit. And this will automatically fill this up because the water elevation will basically have a head pressure, and then we'll push water into here until a certain depth. But I think we need to have some more things to work on. Also, we can pause both of these engines because these guys are producing quite a bit of power. And everything's connected in. We also have a bunch of trees over here. This guy, he can reach farther than them, but if we do this, basically build a little path across, that should help. We can add some more trees over here. Nice, we can actually reach everything. We could even shift this onto basically the river. Same with these jobs. Get a little bit more green space. Also not essential at the moment. Do we not have a beaver to chop down these trees? Also, why is there one tree missing here? We can add in... just start with one lumberjack flag. That should be good for now. And then make sure all of these all the foresters are higher on the priority list. Okay, so they put all the dirt down fairly quickly, at least over here. Oh, they're probably stalled out. I bet they're not even doing anything. So let's start basically adding in some more staircases. And make sure they can actually reach everything. There we go. We should probably have some more workers moving around now. We have so much scrap metal. We have 1.9 thousand in total. These are basically all maxed out. It's kind of nuts. But I do think at some point metal production is going to, like, the demand's going to go up. So we'll have enough supply to feed those smelters. Then we have our other, not reservoir, our little pool of water. If we want the beavers to work on something, we can always have them work on this. So how should I do this, guys? I want you guys' input. We have the water that's coming out through here, flooding this, which was by design, and then it's going across, feeding in to this bad water stream. I could either put up basically a wall here, and then have, you know, an outflow area so the water goes this way, or I could shove that over so the wall would go across part of this, have the sluices right here, or you could just basically have a wall going along this side all the way up, and then have this all backfill with water. I don't know exactly what we should do. This whole system is providing enough power, but we can always add more water wheels. I think I probably want to have the wall go along here at the very least. So I think we can add in some of those. We'll go all the way to there. Dam across the seep and add overflow and call it a day. Dam across here, that's what I think you're saying. Look at all, oh, we have beavers too. Oh dang, well. Not just the bots working a night shift. You're asking if they change looks to the bot builders or something? Let's slow it down and take a look. Those are all beavers. I think it's just their little mohawk that they have. Yeah. No hats. Probably just the graphics playing tricks on you. We're doing great on food, 5.6 thousand. You're a little bit short on mangrove fruits though. We do have some permanent space that is irrigated over here. If we add in just a few stairs, then we'll get access to plant some mangrove trees down here. See, he can reach. Okay, it doesn't show that he can reach stuff down here at the moment. But I think he should have access to this and then probably part of it over here. And this also might be enough. Get some more mangroves planted. And then we can do the same right over here. And then we have this guy. Hopefully he can reach a good amount. We'll probably need another gatherer flag over here to collect the mangroves. Thank you, Casper. Yeah, it's I typically just like put stuff where it fits, which is a unique look for sure. Just kind of fits in, but it is a cool look when you can make it a little bit more compartmentalized, and it does look a little bit man-made. It's not one look that's better than the other. But I mean, it's all based on preference, right? We are going to temporarily do this. We're just going to go 6. And then they can have access to build all this stuff. We are out of dirt because it's all going into this. We're in a good spot right now. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Might need to add a platform so they can reach these last couple. And then these are about halfway grown up. Same with those. Some are a little bit farther along. And we're maxed out on planks once again. That's a good thing. We can switch maybe a couple of these to beavers. Oh, we already had those beavers. Do we have other? Yeah, we have 2 more sets of lumber mills. How are we doing on gears? Gears, we're doing good. Should probably get some more storage for planks. I feel like we can also utilize this space right here. How do I want to do that? I don't exactly know. If we go like, so I don't think we can't overhang this, but if we go up 1, can we overhang? Yes, but I think we'd have to go like this. So if we go 1, 2, and then we can go overhang triple. Then we have access to on top even though it's kind of hard to see. And then I think that we can do this. Yeah. So how far over? I mean, we could just go 6. And then, oh gosh. How do we go over these? On this side? So we'd have to go up 1. Oh my gosh, everyone joined at once. Morning Sand Artist and Jay Sean. Glad to see you guys having fun. We're gonna get some more storage over here. I don't know if this is the best space for... Well, actually, I was gonna say we probably can't get some piles here, but this is actually the perfect space. We can fit a couple right there, and then if we go out 1 more, that actually will work pretty well. And then let's see, we'll just go across here once again. We'll actually make this one go almost all the way. And then I don't know if we needed to go over here, but maybe we can do stairs going up or something right here. And then we can get the path connected over here. Switch this to planks, which is the whole reason why we're working on this right here. Jay Sean, you think that building vertical is more efficient because of pathing? It's definitely, I mean, yeah, it's a trade-off. You're using more materials, but you're closer. So, if you're short, I mean, this kind of also like in real life in a way, you know? Like building up is efficient in terms of using space, but it's just more costly up front. So, well, we're doing really good on materials. We have 400 wood. That's actually going down a little bit. Let's make sure we have... Okay, we should be chopping trees down. We have no jobs that are vacant for the bots. Let's switch that up. Get some bots in these lumberjack flags. Get those trees chopped down. But yeah, we have some more space now for storage. And you know, we could do something cool if we maximize the space up here as well. Let's see. If we go... I think we'll have to go all the way up. Oh, but we also have to overhang. Okay. Let's do this. We'll have 1 and then 2 doubles. And then just some easy overhangs right here. And then we can have a triple. And then 2 more doubles. There we go. And then we can get some more storage. Connect this in. This one. Let's do metal blocks. I want to get a little bit more metal block storage. More raw material storage for the industrious iron teeth. Do you mean... I mean, because like in terms of raw materials, there's... We can only do 180. Yeah, like, because if you are in the folktales, you have the piles. So what is it? 20, and then also 180, and then it goes up to 1,000. but that one has to be on ground, and the trade-off is that you can't stack those piles, but these ones you can. If there was like basically the equivalent of a, because a medium warehouse to large warehouse is very similar footprint, but you can store 6 times as much, at least going up to like 400 or 500 with like one of these that was maybe double high. That seems like it'd be worth it, because you want to make it so that the large piles are more advantageous than whatever you upgrade for the iron teeth, because they can stack vertically. That's the advantage of the iron teeth, and then the folktails you can store more in those big piles. But something that's just a little bit bigger than this would be nice. Yeah, Jay Sean, you'll be very proud. The reservoir is coming along swimmingly. We are working our way all the way across. We're short on dirt, but that's to be expected because there's a million pieces of dirt that we have to put down. So, but overall things are looking good. We have nearly got the face of this constructed. We're waiting on some trees to be chopped down over here, about halfway grown up, and then we can expand it this direction. Sand Artist, I liked your idea of having this river also feed into it, because the primary water source is going to be this one. This river is a little bit lower, so what I think that I would do is have a deep mechanical fluid pump that pumps the water up and into this, but we just need to pick the right elevations. So I don't know exactly at the moment how I want to do it. I do know I need to go across this way, and just for continuity's sake, I'm going to fill this in, and I guess we can have the wall go right along here. I kind of want a little gap. So maybe I do dirt blocks up to here. And then we'll go across, adding in all this wood. They will be able to reach those, and I guess they can reach this from up top. I'm glad you like it, Jay Sean. And as Casper pointed out, looks like a finger pointing, and for those of us in the US, it looks like the state of Idaho, vaguely. So, because it's going to basically go all the way up here. So your little pointer, and then the base. So we're just a little bit short on dirt, but we could actually prioritize this by haulers. The dirt excavator is working at full efficiency because, ooh, these are going down a bit. We are at 8,000 out of 2,200. So during the nighttime, we do not produce enough excess power to charge it up what we lost during the day. So that is good to note. Means we need to provide more power for this system. We can always do more engines, but we could connect into these water wheels. It's just going to be a bit of a reach to get over here. Also, this is a little bit tedious to do, but we have to connect in these last few tunnels. We have to go one by one because they can't construct all these tunnels at once. We have to add the tube ways so they can actually reach it. So we'll get those set up, and then there'll just be a few more that they need to construct. So we'll periodically check on that. But in terms of power, I'd love your guys' input, because my first reaction, So obviously to make engines, but you know, that's not too complicated. Just uses wood. We're doing okay on wood, but we have gone down a little bit. We did add some more trees over to this area. See, they planted all the mangroves, but that's for food. And then we expanded our tree farm a little bit over here, but overall we're not doing like super great on wood. We're doing decent. We don't have a wood shortage, which by my standards is doing good sometimes. We have some trees over here we could chop down, but that's not like a lot. Let's see. So Jay Sean, you're saying call it the Idaho Reservoir. I actually like that. Casper, you're saying to solve the power situation with a water wheel power plant. And then Jay Sean, a bad water tower of power. Let's see. So we can definitely utilize water wheels and bad water wheels over here. Like, we can definitely get some power from this system. It wouldn't be too difficult to connect in. I think I'd want to do something that doesn't look awful. I don't love the look of this. I think we could make it a little bit more uniform. I really love how, if we go over here, how this turned out. This, in my opinion, looks fantastic. Because we have, you know, these little columns that support all the tubes, and then once it gets over here, it transitions into having just platform support it. So we could do something like that over here. I would probably cover these up. Just get some platforms on top. We also have one more. We have one more set of gravity batteries, or a gravity battery right here that I want to place down. But if we remove these two, which actually I bet they won't be able to reach them. Okay, so we'll need to place down some dynamite. And speaking of dynamite, I'm going to go quickly, hopefully, almost get these sorted out. Okay, the last two. And then we have one tunnel left. So I have to go back and visit this one more time. Then I'll finally be connected in. Over by the new forest, I can use some water wheels on the bad water flow. New forest. You mean talking about this forest over here? There is definitely lots of places. Oh, that goes right back over here. You know, I mean, this seems like a great candidate for getting power wheels. What I would probably want to do is change the flow route a little bit. I think I'd want to straighten it out so that way it's not weird putting all the water wheels in, because it's a little awkward when it goes sideways, because then I don't know. My opinion is not the easiest. Doesn't look great. So we could straighten this out. And then as long as we have all that connected to a power system that goes back here and then connects in this way, I actually like the idea. I like that a lot. Now we can remove those, and then we could get started on the power shafts going over this way. What we're gonna do, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go a double, and then we're gonna go across. And then once they remove both of those, we can actually get rid of these stairs and then start putting in the vertical power shafts. That way they can walk on top in order to actually construct them. Because otherwise it's going to be a pain to try and do just the individual power shafts. So now we can remove this. And then that way, to prevent beavers from trapping themselves, we'll go like this. Also, one of the new things they added in the most recent patch notes, or patches, is that rubble disintegrates. Casper, you're saying to use dynamite, and then Jay Sean, you're saying the same thing. I will say it... Oh, I don't need this one. We can add in some dirt to replace this. And then we can eventually go up. But we're not going to do that quite yet. And then we'll just need to go across with paths for now. Man, I should have just made a tube station out here, because now we're going to be working on all this. In fact, I think that that is something worth exploring. We have a tube station right here. We can go up and over, and then basically have a tube station out here. I'm liking that a lot. This is the mega project that we needed to keep us going. We are really short on wood, only 140 now. We're doing better on dirt, which means we probably don't have access to the rest of this. Let's get rid of this one. And then add this last one in, make sure we path it up. And then we'll start going down. And then we'll go across and around. Look at that, we'll almost be connected in. I need to add in a few more dirt blocks. Oh, a few extra overhangs. Oh, and let's do this one final power shaft or tube. One tube. Finally. Also, we can remove all of those. It's just going to be planks. So that'll give us some of those back, which will be fantastic. So now we are going to start the process of building those vertical power shafts out and across. So we'll basically just start by placing those. Oh, so close. We'll do a double. And as long as we path it up, this will be a little bit of a slow process going out because it can only go one at a time, basically. Oh, slowing gear and plank production. Oh my gosh, how are we still going up? Yeah, I think we'll probably need to pause. We have 11 beavers who are unemployed. Okay, let's figure this out. What do we need to do? What jobs do we need to add? everything down in the morning during the daytime. We have... How are we doing on berries? Are we maxed out? We're basically maxed out. We could probably collect some more. Get some more storage. We could fit a storage right here. Need to do a little bit of rearranging. Oh no, we can't because we have that entrance. If we turn that entrance, that would... Well, too late. Adding it back in. Oh, we have some areas over here. Also pine resin. We're still going down. Oh, okay, these are growing up. Hopefully that'll help. We'll add in a few more storages. This will be set to berries. Doing great on kohlrabi. Get some raw corn storage. Same with eggplants. Same with soybeans. Okay, we'll slow it down now. I'm curious. Yeah, what job should I add? I mean, builders are, I feel like, an easy one. We have so many. We have plenty of tree choppers. All the lumberjack flags. Seems like they're just sitting around, so we don't really need to add any for those. We have plenty of bad water. We pumped a good amount. I feel like we just have to add haulers. Add in another hauling post. Also, could we get a cleaner look with some of these? I think we could. We have everything set up, but we don't need to... Well, I guess we are short on jobs. Let's add some more builders. Couple builders. Couple hauling posts. We'll make these ones normal priority. And then the ones farther away will be lower. That will be bots. This one. I guess we don't want to have any unemployed bots right now. We can switch that to be bots. Same with that one. Okay, let's see. What do you guys say? Jay Sean, you're saying they changed the texture? Yeah, so in one of the patches recently, they made it so the levees now look like levees. Look a little bit more woody. Not like boxes. So I think that does actually kind of line up with probably how they should look. And they did the same for dams. I don't have any dams in this world. And then Casper, I need to watch my wood. Add a farmer scavenger. Oh my gosh, we're so low. Okay, let's pause this guy. We do have a good amount of wood. But unfortunately, it just takes so long for this tree to grow up. Okay, we have maybe too many bot jobs. We have 5 vacancies. Let's switch this one to bot, or to beavers. That will be lower. That'll be lowest. Let's see. Okay. Casper's saying, yeah, watch my wood. We just added a bunch of these, so I think we will be good on jobs for a little bit. If we need... We can always rearrange priorities for these. These are basically just like filler jobs. And so if we need more scavenger flags... What the heck? Oh, well. Gotta get that place down. If we need more farmers or something. I mean, obviously more trees is never a bad thing. I feel like we're pretty much at capacity. We could make some more space. We could get some wood over here. We have a path going down here. Let's do this. Gotta add one more. And this guy, he can reach almost everything. Okay, we gotta make sure we can get it all at once. Let's do this, and then we'll just go a little bit farther. Let's see if this one works. Nice, he can reach everything. Get that pathed up. And then switch it to bots. And then, what else were you guys saying? Have I reduced the beaver population on purpose? I've paused breeding pods. It's not exactly reducing the population. I mean, obviously it results in that, but it's just slowing the growth of it so that more beavers die out. I have done that before. It's not super often I do that. Casper, you said your warning went unnoticed. It kind of went noticed. It was, just noticed too late. Jay Sean, you just said Florida? I don't know what you're referencing. So, Sanos, you grew up in Florida, now you're miserable, in the miserable cold northeast for work. Sanos, you're in Pennsylvania. Jason, you said you were stationed in Maryland for 3 years. Ever think about serving Atomic? Did they make a... Because they've reduced this, so I think it's 0.1 wood that it uses. I think it's mainly water that they actually burn now. I'm trying to think, is there... I mean, there's another reason I don't want to use steam engines for the power source, which we are still dropping in power. How are we doing on other things? We're basically maxed out on treated planks. We can probably pause one of those. We can pause a smelter for now. Oh, I think we're doing... where are explosives? Yeah, we're completely maxed out. We can pause 2 of these because we're not even using them hardly at all. Grease, we're doing good on. We want to keep that going. Gears, ooh, we're almost maxed out on gears. Let's pause a couple of those. So that should help out a little bit. Planks we're still doing pretty good on. I think we're starting to ever so slightly go down, but that's because of a wood shortage. And this guy's sitting around, so maybe it's worth pausing them temporarily. So this guy's gonna get some wood. That should help. And then we need to make sure we continue our stretch over here for the power shafts. We'll basically just keep going along. We need to go... Yeah, we use a double. Get down. I have so many engines. We have... Oh, we can... Is it workplaces? Power. So they break it up by different power networks. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, no. Yeah, this one's 4. 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16. Oh, so I think 16. But we don't have all of them turned on. We have some of them paused, like over here. These 3 are paused. We do have one of them paused over here. And that's fueling the charging stations. Nothing to do in range. Oh. Let's give him something to do. Also, something great that they added, so it's slow, it's at 1. If you mark all those for removal, it automatically gets rid of all of the little scraps, but then it keeps obviously the large ones. So much easier to get rid of the little rubble pieces. Oh my gosh. I don't understand the whole 6-7 thing. But that's okay, maybe I'm just old. How to toggle instant build in dev mode. Yes, so if you go Alt-Shift-Z, it turns it on. And that's that. You can turn it off that way. I don't use it unless like sometimes for like my thumbnails I'll basically open the world, you know, at my last save, make any changes that I need to you know, instantly place stuff down, and then I don't save it. So for my mega builds I did not use that. It was all made by Beaver hand. So it is pretty cool though. Hopefully that doesn't change your achievements if you do that. If you Google 6-7, it literally means nothing. Oh, yeah. So if you, I'm not gonna do it here, but if you do, you know, Alt-Shift-Z, it turns it on, and then when you go to place something, hold Control, and then click it, and then it'll actually place it down. Otherwise, it's just, yeah, you're just selecting for the beavers to build it. So as long as you hold Control, then it'll automatically place it down. Hold Control and click, I guess. How do we still have unemployed beavers? Ah, let's do that. Bump it all the way up. It is simple, but if you don't know it, then it's like, I mean, there's like a million different combinations of things you could do to play stuff, so. These guys, let's see, so they take extract and treated planks. We're doing good on extract. We don't need to bump this up because we have so much scrap metal. Where is it? Okay, so we're still maxed out. We could probably honestly lower that a little bit. We'll go down to 6. See if that changes at all. Because they are literally maxed out right now. Water, we're at 6.4 thousand. We're not going up a whole lot. I think we probably want to add a couple more water pumps over here. And then we should remove these because we're going to keep going this direction. Ooh, we can just do this. Finally, we can duplicate. And do the same over here. And we'll place down a path right over here as soon as they remove those. Taking forever for this. Okay, so they'll get those constructed when they can. Obviously, we're so short on wood. We could use this space for trees if we wanted. We have a little pool. I'm not going to try and fill that in. But if we wanted to like raise this up or maybe make a wall of dirt or something, that's an option. Speaking of dirt, how is this all going? So they have access to it. We have a lot of dirt though. They finish all this. Let's do that. We'll just start getting rid of paths. Make sure they collect all this stuff. And then over here they should be able to construct it all. Construction below. Let's see. Make sure I didn't mess anything up. Okay, this guy, they can construct it. They are not at the moment. Guess we'll just wait for now. I guess we can leave this. We don't need to get rid of it quite yet. And I would connect this in, but we are short on wood. Maybe we should do dirt blocks going across this way. I have free beavers, just keep expanding wood production. You know you're not wrong. Let's get to the daytime so we can see a little bit better. Let's see. Where do we want to do wood production? Because I think space is kind of the main constraint at the moment. We could always just lower this. We have a lot of extract and dynamite. Let's do that. We'll start making our way up here. And then I'll work our way from the top down, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we make all of this double dynamite, and then we'll just go as far as we can. This is gonna look so different when we flatten all this out. This is so much dynamite. I need to turn on the turn on some of these explosives factories. I'll turn them both back on. Looks like pausing a lot of these jobs actually did help a little bit. We're back up to 9,000 power, which is good. Did they already make it all the way across? Looks like it. But now we can go and finish that. Place a few more. And then we can almost connect it in. We actually don't need scrap metal, so we're going to remove... Wait, can you not... Oh wait, resources. What? Can we not remove those? What the heck? Oh my gosh, do we actually have to... We have to use scavenger flags? That is actually kind of annoying. I guess we'll just get these two guys. I'm definitely clicking on it, but it is not removable. Same with that. Okay, I feel like you could remove it at one point, but I guess not. Then we can go along like this. We're gonna actually pause this because I feel like the viewers might trap themselves if we do that. Use beaver engineering, go over the top. We're not doing that. It's just so unnecessary. We are going to add one more in right here. That actually kind of worked out perfectly. Did it lined up? I wasn't even trying to do that, but I love it. Soon we're going to have a lot more power though. And we can also start looking at adding some more water wheels. You know, if we add just one row of dirt blocks, gotta leave that. And then we start removing some of these. Then we can actually fit one more water wheel up top. We'll need to add another levee. That'll give us access to some more power. And they'll basically just keep doing that down here. And then let's see, if we go like this, and then we'll go up top, 1, 2, 1, 2, all perfect. Perfecto. We'll be able to get 2 more power wheels right here. And then we'll connect those in and still have access to the path. And that one we can replace with a vertical power shaft. That way we can go vertical. Guess I should have moved this over. No, that's fine. We'll leave him for now. We are very close to connecting everything in. And then we'll actually have a good amount of power. We won't be, I wouldn't say it'll be solved per se, because we always want to expand more. But we'll be in a really good spot because this is already providing 650 extra power. And then if we add a couple more of these big water wheels, that'll help a lot. And then I still do want to add a bunch of water wheels along this direction, but we'll need to, like I said, flatten that out or smooth it out a bit. And oh my goodness, it's a lot of dynamite. We are starting to go into our reserves a little bit. Extract is going down a bit. Where are we producing extract? It's somewhere underneath. We have 13,000 science. We're switching this to bots because it's a high chance of injury. And then also we want to get more production. So that'll be easy. We already have grease factories in here. This control tower reaches a good amount of the bots. We go around the scrap metal temporarily. It's true, but we're also not even done constructing this stuff. Let's bump that up. We want to get all the logs we can. Maybe I should lower this stuff to... Well, we'll let the beavers work on that first. Unfortunately, I will need some stairs to connect in these little pieces. I want to make sure we get these done first. And I think they should be able to reach... Oh man, there's one piece they can't reach. Well, I guess technically if we go and path around, we should be able to reach that one. Or just love to avoid... Okay, yeah, so we can reach it now. Love to avoid having to use stairs to go down. Oh, dang it. There's one. There's always one. Then I guess we'll go on the backside over here. We'll just need to add in some more stairs. Ooh, we have a bad tide approaching. 3 days, but at this point we don't really need to worry about bad tides. Only thing is we just want to make sure we have this guy turned on. He helps our bad water collection, even though we are not short on bad water at all. And then also it will drain the bad water out of here at the end of the bad tide. Now let's see. We're doing good on dirt. So this is all, I think, is it lower? Oh, they can't. That's what it is. Okay, so they can't construct the one down here because they can't reach it. And they can't reach it because we haven't built this stuff because they haven't built this. So we need to add in a spiral staircase, and then I think that will solve Okay, this is a staircase spaghetti. That didn't work. Okay. I think that we'll have it figured out now. These trees are growing up, which is great. And soon we can continue and connect in this whole system. Let's continue to build up. Although maybe we get rid of a couple of these because we'll want to have some sort of inlet for the mechanical fluid pump. And then over here, I think we'll want to do dirt blocks because A, we're short on wood, and then B, we'll keep the look continuing. We'll go like this. We'll have it 2 deep. Just like this. We can get rid of some of these paths. Staircase spaghetti with marinara. It's pretty much how it is. And so I guess we do have access up here. We don't really need any of these paths. We don't even need any of... Well, I guess we do need this weird overhang thing that I did. I guess we'll just leave that for now. We can... Ooh, let's remove... No, we'll leave this here. We can remove some of these other paths. This one literally goes to nowhere. And then we can go back, add in a few more dirt blocks. Maybe we no, we'll go in this direction still. And then we'll have these go up. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then there is an elevation discrepancy. I don't know what I'm going to do about that for now. Like, we are 1 level higher than we need to be. So we could always bump this up 1. But I think for now we're fine. Leave the overhang out to establish dominance. We'll get rid of this at some point. For now, it's serving the purpose of making a more direct route. We'll need to connect this path in over here. And then they'll actually not be able to reach all of this. But I think we can go in from this side. That should be fine. Okay. If we remove those stairs and then add in... Oh, first let's collect this. We can detonate these. We'll add in a single one right here. I just want to make sure they can actually reach this because it does disintegrate over time. Then we need to add in a few more singles on the back side. We're doing good on explosives. We still have over 200, even though we've gone through quite a bit. Let's take a look, see how things are going over here. They are taking quite the route. They go over here and they walk all the way along. Okay, they're getting those constructed. We are slowly... Oh, you know what? I bet they're just about maxed out. Where's scrap metal? Yeah. Okay, so we need to do this. Let's get... I was gonna add storage over there, but first... we can reduce how many... We'll go down to 4 workers in there. And then we can also add maybe some temporary storage. Is this overkill? It might be. We're just going to go with it for now. Scrap metal, let's prioritize that. That way these guys can continue collecting. I think theoretically they should be focusing on these two because they're the closest. Okay, at this point we can add in 1 more power shaft, and then we'll be able to go across once we have these ones out of the way. Oh my goodness. Can't even click on him. He is so slow. Okay, water, we're doing way better now. We're basically maxed out. And then this guy, it's hard to tell. Okay, so you can see the outline above and below ground. Looks like you can reach all of those. Same with these ones. And these ones. Okay, it goes all the way to here. So maybe if we add in... That's just on this side. Probably need to remove maybe a coffee bush. Then we can add another scavenger flag. I don't know if you can reach these though. We might need to replace this staircase. Make sure we collect that. And then remove... Oh shoot. Oh, it says they can reach it. Can they go from above ground? Gosh, I hope they can. That was one of the most annoying things. The beavers had to be at the same elevation to remove like rubble, or not rubble, but like just remove anything. Do you like the new rubble thing? By rubble thing, do you mean when you mark resources for demolition that it removes? I think it just removes rubble. No, that's what this is for. What do you mean by the new rubble thing? Did food go down? I think we're doing... Yeah, actually, it's gone up a little bit. 6.2 thousand. It was 5 point something earlier. So, I think we're doing fine. Can we add another tree? We'll see if he can construct that. Okay, we have all these single ones. We'll start removing those. Still short on wood, but kind of to be expected. Okay, they're filling it up from not these ones. They're bringing it from, I think, the other district, or the other scrap metal collector. Let's empty this. Maybe this is just completely unnecessary. This might just be making more work. Let's do that, and then collect all the wood from here, and then we'll just get rid of the scrap metal because we just don't need it. Okay, that one's almost done. This one is also going down, so that's good news. Oh, I said earlier it disintegrates. Yeah, it's I mean, it makes sense. I think it's a good little challenge. Like, it's not, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, because I feel like you're not going to leave stuff for that long. And the stuff that's been there for 15 days, either you don't have storage for it, so you don't need it, or you don't care about it, and so you haven't prioritized it. Yeah, I feel like, so this game, I guess big picture, you know, the droughts and the bad tides are the things that basically are challenging you in this. Obviously, there's plenty of ways that you can mess up your colony, like if you don't have enough food, or if you maybe pump all your water out and then you don't have any water to power engines that produce water. You know, you can do things to make it difficult, but overall, I don't think they need to make it too easy in this game. So I like that they're adding some things to make it a little bit more difficult. The change from having the aquifer drills producing water and bad water to only producing water, I feel like that was like kind of making it a bit easier, like making it way easier. It was going to be a fun challenge. Like this one, we had a bad water diversion system that was going to go over here. And speaking of bad tide, we have one that is starting right now. And then we also had that other bad water diversion system over here. So like there are ways that we were going to be able to deal with it. But I guess enough people did not enjoy that, so they changed it. There's another map that has, I think they call it, what was it, bad water outflows or something. Or maybe they're bad water seeps. But that'll be interesting. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to make it harder, you can just do it on hard mode. And then playing it on easy mode also, if you really want to just like have fun and don't worry about your colony dying, you use less water and eat less food. So they should be able to build the rest of this. We do need to get some staircases down. Let's do this. We can actually, let's see. Oh man, they're so close. We're going to unplant these ones, I think. No, we'll leave these ones. We'll just make a path going over here. And then we can go down, and then the beavers will be able to have access to this. Although it's kind of out of the way. Although will it be closer? Because they can hop in the tube station. Where's our storage? I guess we don't really have any wood at the moment. So, but they'll hop in the tube station. They can go all the way down here and then down, versus hopping out of this tube station and then going all the way down that way. Not sure which one they'll use. But we can give them options. Go down like that. It does look like this is slightly less red over here on the path than it is on the left side. So I suspect they'll come this direction. We'll see. We can start detonating. Ooh, we finished all of this. Get rid of this. Make sure we collect that and then place down the final one. Otherwise we're going to have a single one just hanging out. We can start getting rid of some of these other individual pieces. Not this one. We can detonate this though. Cool. And then we'll make sure we prioritize this. And now we can start placing down triple dynamite, but we're gonna wait for now. Okay, get that last one. And then as soon as this guy... Oh, gotta get the stairs. Okay. Now... Once again, one more. I think at this point we will be fine, other than this last staircase, but we can access it from the side once we've removed all those. So we don't need to worry. Just need to get this last piece of dynamite constructed. How the heck is this dying? We have so much water. Is this guy just like not doing his job? Oh, we stranded him. Okay, we'll get this constructed. He'll be able to escape. Okay. That is ready to detonate. And as soon as he leaves, detonate this one. And then, again, it's just going one at a time. Let's go from the other end. And then we'll do the same over here. Oh. Welcome to Explosion City. Let's collect those resources. Get this last single placed down. I guess do the same right here. Now we have a 3-high ridge that we can start working on. We have 255 extract. We want to make sure we don't run out of that. And then explosives, we have a good amount. So let's start all the way at the back. So let's see, if I place down, this is 20 deep, we'll call it 7 wide. So that would be 70 pieces of dynamite times 2 for extract. It's only 140. Okay, so we could do a little bit more without worrying about using up too much extract. So have you guys been able to play in this new update much? Because I think there were 2 maps that were new. They might have added a 3rd one. I haven't looked. But for like the new maps, they're a little bit different. And then I guess like the new aquifer drills, those are very unique. I think these are a great addition because it's a water source, but it's like not as simple as just like it's a wet season, you get water. You have to actually plan for it. Like you have to be able to provide power for it. And if we are short on wood, then we can't actually power it. But it looks like they automatically pause during the droughts and bad tides. So that is good. We have... Oh, nice. Look at that. We can get rid of both of these because we do not care about scrap metal. And then we'll add in a few more power shafts. Let's see. Let's delete rubble. We just got to get a few more old power shafts connected in. Is that really the last one? That is sweet. I guess we don't need to high prioritize these because we still have the drought going on. Oh, and like I mentioned earlier, if you mark resources for demolition, we have all these stumps, and it used to be that the beavers had to go demolish them individually, but now they just leave. So that's a good quality of life change. Sanders, you have not had a chance to play yet? Yeah, when you get the opportunity, this is I've been enjoying this a lot. I haven't looked at the other map. So if you want to do this map, you have a blueprint on how you can do it. Just make sure you don't have an incident or something close to an incident like I did. So, but yeah, this map has been a lot of fun. There's so much you can do. We have all of the water wheels just about established. Ooh, I'll need to replace this one with a vertical one. And then we can go across. Make sure we collect those. Don't have a good amount of power. We can also keep collecting this. Oh, and we can shift the path over. Yeah, stump removal is a good quality of life change. Oh, and I guess we don't need all of those now. Make sure we collect all these resources, and then we'll just have to slowly work our way backwards. I think we can actually remove these ones. Yeah. Now, if I do this... Okay, so they cannot remove that. So they can't just go down. I guess they have to be close enough to do it. Oh, I guess this whole thing is connected in, technically. Just about. We actually don't need the path going over this way. We can go this direction. So let's do this. We'll go power shaft, make sure we high prioritize these, because then we'll have some more power into the system, which it looks like we are still going up, so that is good news. Stop some of the engines, keeping the wood supply from going up. How are we doing in this one? We have 4,800 during nighttime, but we are going up in terms of gravity batteries. So maybe we pause a couple of these. Well, now we're actually going to be able to pause maybe all of them as soon as we get these last few power shafts constructed. Let's make sure we prioritize this one, because that immediately gets us power to access to power here. It's very interesting. So this it's cool because like this whole power system before we connected it in, we had this one water wheel that would power some, like it wouldn't, as you can see, it's not fully powering these aquifer drills, but it would pump, like it'd get enough water coming out that it would start going through here, and then that would basically give us free power, because then these would start turning, and then that would give us more energy to make those power fat, like it would fully power these, then there'd be more water giving us more power through these. So it is a positive feedback loop. You can still build down. I don't think you can remove down. So if we go like this, or I guess from bridges, you said? 150 science. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can still build from bridges. Like if we go... Here would be a good example. If you go like this, as you can see, we should not be able to construct this because we're too far from a district. Or as you said, build down. Let's go over here. So we shouldn't be able to build this one because we don't have access to it, but if we go right here, we still can't reach it. Oh wait, maybe we have to wait till they build the bridge. But yeah, it doesn't say they can build it right now. Well, if we see that both of these are constructed, then we'll know, because right now it says you can't reach this, but I think that you should still be able to. Also, we have some trees, and they are not marked. And then we can do this. Mark resources for demolition, and voila. And then we can also add in a few more dirt blocks. Look at that, we are nearly done with this. That is fantastic. If we want to get these last pieces in, it's a little weird. Because we need to go down. I guess this is what we're gonna do. And they should be able to access the rest of this. But now we're getting to a point where we actually have to think about what do we want to do with the rest of this area. Oh, we need to build this up a little bit more. And then I guess we can start removing some of this. And then what do I want to do right here? My gut says just to do some floodgates. Although we need to make sure we don't have it set too high, because otherwise it's going to flood this direction. I think to ensure that we cannot flood, what we'll do is we'll do some doubles. We don't actually need this anymore. So hopefully it drops all the rubble right here. Sweet. So we'll have them collect that, and then we'll get the third double floodgate placed down very soon. And then Jay Sean, to answer your question, they can construct down from bridges. So let's remove that, and then they should be able to collect this as well. It doesn't say it's out of reach. And just like that, we have 200 pieces of wood. Also, we are still going up in planks somehow. Okay, are we maxed out on planks and gears? Wowza. Let's pause some more gear workshops, I guess. This guy's sitting around. Yeah, the wood's going back up. Okay, let's finish these. Okay, we're producing almost... Let's see, so we don't have this one connected in, and this one doesn't exist yet. But we're almost producing more power than this system needs even during the daytime. Which means we very much can start pausing some of these engines. Because these ones, they're producing about 520 for 3 of them. This guy is a little bit less. If we added in a couple levees, that would actually help. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to get around over there anymore. But that's okay. We don't really need it to be working at peak efficiency. This one, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 water wheels producing over 500 HP, plus another one producing 350. So that's going to be almost 3,000 HP just from the water wheels. And then we have another 800 from this geothermal engine and the other one in total, because they're 400 a pop. Jay Shawnee said that gear and plank production eating up the wood. That was definitely part of it. And now that it's maxed out, clearly it's going up. But also, I suspect that part of that is also the timing of when the trees grew up. Coincided with us finishing, basically like maxing out our plank and gear storage. You lost sound? Yeah, still showing that I'm... Shows that I still have sound. But, good thing you got it back. Okay, and so now we have all this. We're producing way more power. We're going to pause all the engines. So now we're producing only 4,600. But we have these that we can use during the day. And then also I do want to add some more power shafts. So what we might do is go over here with the power shafts, add in a few water wheels, and remove these ones. Because then we can also connect those power shafts into the ones over here. And oh my goodness, we have so many pieces of dynamite. As soon as they place down these last couple... Oh my gosh. I missed one. Yes, soon we can detonate all this. I guess we do want to probably go over here. But is there another mega project that we should work on? Because I'm liking getting the power situation figured out, which we already are in a good spot now that we have those water wheels up and running. If we go along here, straighten this out, that'll help with the power. What else could we do though? I mean, there's always more to do, but it's just figuring out what you want to do. Okay, I think we're actually done with this reservoir. Let's start collecting the stairs, this spaghetti staircase. And let's also remove all these unnecessary paths. And then we can get our final floodgate in. Then I would like to lower this, but I guess we don't necessarily need to do that yet. We don't need these paths under here. Look at that. That's fantastic. We don't have to worry about destroying those. Let's get rid of this one. Make sure we collect it. And then we'll get the last few pieces of the dirt blocks placed down. And then they will not be able to reach those, unfortunately. But if we get some stairs set up, then we should be able to sort that out. And then let's see. If we remove this, thankfully it all goes to there. Let's collect that. And we're gonna do something a little tricky. A little sneaky sneak. So we're gonna go... Where do you want to do it? Right here or here? I'm gonna go like this. It's a little bit more for aesthetic reasons. We'll place that one right there. We'll have a 3x1. And then we'll remove this. Hopefully all the resources once again. Ah, dang it. A few of them fell right there. That's okay. Go like this. And that is going to be way easier. I know I could have built this up a little bit. But I think it's going to look a little unique. And then let's remove all of those. Make sure we collect them. Can we even fit them? We're actually maxed out. Oh yeah, you can now store some. Look at that, you can store some in the district center. It's a very small amount, they said. Or there's some storage. I don't know where they're bringing it exactly, but they're bringing it somewhere. And then at this point, I think we can remove these and just make sure that we have it. You know, I don't want to have to go one at a time. We're just going to do this. We're going to build some stairs down and then remove all of those. And then basically bump it all up on the priority list. Oh, and then they will be able to construct this because I guess they, you know, they couldn't before. That makes sense. So they'll place the first one down. Oh, they won't be able to place the second one down. Yeah, we need to get them on top right here. No way around it. Then we'll want to remove this, and then we can delete this path, and then finally connect everything in. Build another reservoir right next to it, double the storage, and have one feed the other as a backup. You know, that's not a bad idea. Once we get this one up and running, I'm going to look into making... Yeah, we'll see how this fills up. Because we want to make sure that actually we have enough water capacity to get here. We could also do some like big aquifers that... Or not aquifers, aqueducts that transport water across the map. Because do we have any more underground, or not underground, any more aquifers on the map? We have one over here. We have these two, which was a big one. Have a geothermal field. I'm guessing we don't have any aquifers. We do. We have one in the middle of a bad water river. Interesting. We have a relic. Geothermal, and I think we're right back near the beginning. Ooh. We have 2 more aquifers. You know what we could do? Let's see. So it goes... That is a huge cavern. If we shore this up and then build this up a little bit, we could make a huge aqueduct. Keep mixing this up. Huge aqueduct that goes across and then feeds water maybe into another system for this. Yeah, the relic being so far away, it's not not the best. Oh, fatal flaw, we can't reach this. But I think if we remove this, and then we get this place down. Then we get the path set up. Let's finish this. Let's make sure this is all sorted. Just a few more dirt blocks and then we're good to go. We can place down some double dynamite right here, and then I guess double dynamite right here as well. I think that we're going to install a path going across, and then we'll have floodgates because we have the sluices so the water won't go back. We basically want this always to be open. I don't know why we wouldn't want water coming in here. These are just going to be open, and then we'll have, maybe we should do floodgates right here. I do like having this little pool. That way we have, these trees always have a little bit of irrigation, even during like a drought. And okay, let's just double check everything is shored up. We have this set to close above downstream depth. We're going to drop that to 0.6 for now. We can pause this guy. But I think that everything is looking good. This should be set to below 2, which is good. I think it's time, guys. Okay, before I click it, let's see what you guys said. Yeah, we are not far away from those 2 aqueducts. Am I going to create a fully infinite running power plant? I don't know if I'd say I'm a minimalist, but I definitely try and be efficient. I mean, clearly we're doing great on water. We are literally maxed out right now. So these guys are just sitting around. But yeah, I do want to get more power set up over here. Make sure we have enough extra. Move the sluice gates to the end of the little path. I assume you mean right here. Yeah, like I said, I do want to keep a little pool of water. That way it irrigates these trees. And then you said, Jay Shiny said to deepen the reservoir. Yeah, I do want to lower everything, but we don't need to worry about deepening it at the moment, but we will. But let's get to the morning, and then we can detonate this and have it start filling up. This is at 0.8. This is going to be great. So all the water's going to be flowing this direction, I believe. And here's a moment of truth. And lots of water flowing through. So we should see the basically everything start going this way. And that is exactly the case. So we can at the very least add, you know, I want to add a path over top. And then we'll want to get some water pumpers over here as well. Now where to put them though? We have these. You know what we're going to do? We're going to have some platforms up top. Let's see. If we go... We can go up a little bit. Ooh, we can even go 6. And then we can go out like this. And then we'll do something similar over here. And then we can have some water storage. We're just going all out. And so then we can also get those tubes going up. Nope, not what I wanted to do. And right there, now we get access up top. And the water is still flowing. I can build the water pumps outside the wall of the reservoir. That is true. I guess we don't need to build it up top. Although, if we want to have access to all the water here, we will want to, like, obviously we'll go down. Like, we'll lower some of this stuff. And then, I guess they're only 6 deep, right? Yeah, 6 deep. You have 4 right here and then 2. So this is actually the max depth that we could get. Then again, this is all 1 tile higher. So should I have built this lower? We have stuff I bet we could do up here, and then we could have some water pumpers 1 level lower. I'm not quite sure, but we do have the water filling it up. Let's... Can we remove these? They can remove all of them. Hope they don't trap themselves. We'll cancel this one. Oh wait, they can go from below. What am I thinking? Okay, we'll remove all those. Water's flowing through. Okay, we can detonate all of this. Ooh, big boom. Same with these. Did our power output drop? Or is that... Are you even thinking of the demand? Okay, yeah. These are going down, so we probably need to turn on a couple engines. I believe this is going... Oh my gosh, 19... We have 19 bots who are unemployed. Are we still maxed out on scrap metal? I mean, we're just about. 290, we can bump that up to 5, I guess. We can increase the amount of workers there and here. Oh my gosh. Okay, we might need to pause like a breeding pod or something. Let's pause. We'll pause 2 of them. I think we'll pause 2 and that should be good. We're making our way up here. We'll get those tubes connected in very shortly. And then just double checking. Pretty sure I connected in the last tube. Yes, it's all fully connected in. What about well-being? How's the beaver's well-being doing? Has some injuries. Wet fur is still lacking. We don't have algae rations. Get some more decorations and then maybe campfires. Like the swimming pools. That is good. We're not quite up in elevation, but these sluices will feed the water into the swimming pools and the showers over here. We could get some more showers over here. That is not what I want to place. Let's see if this works. I think if we just place a tunnel, that it will replace, the dirt block with a platform and then dynamite underneath. It should keep the path set up, which that would be actually pretty cool. Look at that. I don't know if I call it a hack, but that is actually a nice way to go across paths without having to worry about removing it and then adding it back in. And once we add these in, we can add some showers. Convert the pods to advanced pods. The last thing we need is more beavers. We don't need to have fully grown beavers right off the bat. At least the kids get to enjoy themselves. Don't have to worry about working. Well-being. Add some showers. Like my swimming pools, but water pumps. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so we add some sluices and then basically have dedicated water pumping stations. We could do that. I don't know if it's necessary. Like we have, I mean, I made this already. So we have space for water pumpers. And hopefully by the end of this wet season, we've actually filled this up. I should lower the working hours. Can't type sideways. Why are you sideways? We do have... I guess we just need to make sure we have enough bots to... Well, actually, I think, yeah, either way, let's go down to 14. And then we'll just need to make sure we have enough jobs set to bots. Like the one that comes to mind is coffee brewery. We can switch that to bots. Because if we run short on coffee, where's coffee? Coffee is considered a material? That's funny. We have plenty of coffee. I have some of my first cup still. It is very much cold. We've been going for 2 hours, 16 minutes. We'll keep going a little bit longer. But in terms of other jobs that we need to make sure are set to bots instead of beavers, what else? We just want to make sure we have some farmhouses. It'd probably be like food production that I think about. Although, how are we doing on canola oil? Ooh, we're actually really low on that. Let's switch that to... I switched to a fermenter, not not the oil press. But we now have that. How are we doing on canola seed? That would be in the raw materials. We're doing okay. We're not doing great though. Looks like we have picked everything. Oh my gosh, we have so much corn. We have corn rations. Okay, that's good. Let's remove some of this corn. And then we'll place some canola here instead. Also, we have... Yeah, we're doing fantastic on food. We have no food shortage, that's for sure. Get the canola planted. And then we can remove maybe some of these soybeans. How are we doing on cassavas? Okay, we're basically maxed out on, it seems like, everything. Nope, that is not what I want. But yeah, we can start switching some of these farmhouses to bots. Basically in each group of farmhouses I want to have at least one set of bots. Looks like we're pretty good so far. I have injured beavers, switch the injury jobs to bots. Yes. Unfortunately, or fortunately, two of those big ones are the bot part factories and the bot part assemblers. We have enough science for it. We're just going to ramp up bot production and then have 1 million bots. It is actually going to test our resource capacity. We're doing good on all those. You know, let's do it. Let's switch all these jobs to bots. And then we have 10,000 science. And we have 177. Okay, 4 vegan jobs, but those are pulled from, where is it? The million haulers and builders huts over here, which they are all sitting around. Clearly they need another big project to do. Looks like the reservoir is filling up. That's good. I'm very excited for this to fill up. We still are... Well, I guess we're not quite maxed out on water. Well, actually, I think we are, because we have 8,400. I bet they used a bunch in the evenings. So now they're just pumping up to fill up those a little bit more. We can get some more storage. We'll get 2 more water storage tanks. And then we can get some more water pumpers. Do we want those over here? I mean, they reach decently far. We'll just get 4 for now. We'll make sure they are... I feel like we just always have the water pumps as highest priority. They built that immediately. They're building this very quickly as well. Deshaun, I know you've been waiting for the reservoir. And we are in a great spot. So now that we have a fantastic amount of wood, we can get over here pretty easily. So let's go like this. We're just going to start... Oh, you know what? Do I even want the beavers to... I don't know if I want the beavers in this pool of water. Let's do this. Go across. I think for now I want to remove this so they don't go that direction. Oh, they're still going that way. Oh, I guess otherwise they can't build it. Whoopsies. We have to have that here for now. Okay, so they can build those two. But then we can start going across this direction. And then we'll build the power shafts over here as well. I guess it's fine if the beavers are hanging out here. We just, once we start getting over this direction, I want to make sure we're not getting into the bad water area. We can also finish this off. Let's go right here. We're gonna do this. We'll pause this one, don't want to... Well, I guess we wouldn't trap the beavers on this side, so we should be fine. We are actually going down in bad water. I don't know... Oh, it's because of dynamite. That's how. This guy, we can pause him. I guess we need to collect some more bad water over here. Not a problem. Oh, that is all too low. Whoopsies. If we go along here, then we should be able to place those at the right elevation. Then we'll add a couple more bad water pumps. We can probably start switching. 800 science, we do not have enough. That's funny. But we can switch those to bots at some point. Thank you, Casper, for the kind words. Yeah, it's pretty cool seeing, because we're on, this is 7, episode 7. And the streams have been 2 to 3 hours long, so let's assume 2.5 hours. So 2.5 times 6 so far. 15 hours plus this one. So we're like 17, 18 hours into this, and we have quite a bit that's going on. And it's obviously not just me. You guys have been helping me out. You guys have pointing me in the right direction sometimes. So that is why I've been enjoying live streaming, because this is a map shaped by all of us. Like, would this reservoir exist if Jay Sean didn't talk about reservoirs so much? Maybe not. Want to jump on and say hi? I'm doing errands with the kiddos. Glad to reservoir. Glad that you were at least able to take a quick look. You can always watch after the fact. I know this time isn't the most convenient for everyone, but we have some good folks who are able to make it during these Saturday mornings, at least on the East Coast. Guess we should get these last two placed down with dirt blocks. You know, if we did something a little cheeky, if we went like this, let's see. Dynamite over here. Dirt blocks over here. We can get some more power. We'll just need to, how do I want to do this? We need to have some levees along here. The well-being did go up. We'll go up 2, over 2, over 2, up 2, so we can fit 2 water wheels right here. See, Casper, we are going to be wrapping up soon. We're at 2.5 hours. We have a bad, is that bad tide? Yeah, in 3 days. I think we'll get to the end of the wet season, then we'll call it. But I'd like to get a couple more water wheels set up first. So we can have, we can go like this, and then there's no reason they wouldn't be able to construct that. Let's get a couple more platforms set up. And then we'll get some power shafts set up as well. And then we'll get ready to do the same over here. Oops. Okay. And then we'll do the levees. Along with this. We're basically just adding, oh look at, we are so close to being able to add one more. So close. Can I place one right here? Because we will eventually be able to place it here. I don't, yeah, doesn't look like you can. That's okay. Not the end of the world. We have so much power already. See, Jay Shawnee said, you know, it'll be better than 1 reservoir, 2 reservoirs. You're not wrong. Is this one filled up? We are. It's still filling up. We're not quite there yet. A little bit of an elevation change. And also this hasn't backed up yet. So I don't know if we'll get there by bad tide, maybe. Okay, this is still not going out that way. So we're filling up over here. And we immediately filled both of those up. We can always get some water pumped over here. You know, it'd be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but if we place down a deep mechanical fluid pump and then had that powered by water wheels in here, which technically there's not flow like going through because this is all stagnant water, but as water evaporates, there is a slow current that would push water this direction to fill in the evaporated water. And then if that started powering this thing, it wouldn't pump that much water, but it'd pump a little bit, lower the water elevation, create more of a water differential in the height, which might induce more flow, which would power it faster. So I don't know if it is possible, but that would be very interesting to see. And now I'm a little curious. So I don't know if we'll use like the big water wheels because those are be a little bit of a pain to fit those in here, but I think we could try that with the smaller ones. So let's do this. I just talked myself into it, guys. I think it is still filling up. It just isn't as obvious because you can see there's still clearly some flow coming in here. And as long as it's not going out through this direction, then there's only one place the water can go, which is out here. Other than, obviously, we're pumping water out of here as well. So I think it is still filling up, but let's do, we can unlock this. Just kidding, we can't. 1.4 thousand science. So I guess doing bots for these two jobs. It's funny, we didn't need science at all, and then I spent all of it. All the science. So now we're just waiting. These guys are fully powered by these 3 water wheels. What we can do is get some of these compact water wheels set up. Let's see. We need to have access from this side. We can get some power shafts set up. Remove this. What side do I want to build it on? I think it will be easier to access from this side. So we'll go like this, and then we'll build across. And then we can build vertically. And then it's going to suck water up here. I think we can get away with just having a single wide. Yeah, I think that should be, because it's not going to be a lot of water coming through here. And if anything, we can just remove one of these and add another one in. And then we'll go like this. A series pitch about intentional spaghetti map, just make ridiculous stuff everywhere. That would be hard to do. I just wouldn't enjoy doing that. It'd just be stressful looking at that every day. It'd be a funny like standalone video making the worst possible organization but having it function. I do not do very many standalone videos. I've only done a few. I'm trying to even think. Like obviously the mega builds are their own thing. One of my more popular ones was pumping a river dry. That one I used developer mode. That was a lot of fun. And we were, in fact, able to pump a river completely dry just with water pumpers. Nope, we can't construct this. If we do that, then we should be able to. Oh no, are we gonna be able to construct this? Oh sweet. I have no idea how. How can they even reach that? Oh, it's... Oh, ah, dang it. And he is stranded. Oh my gosh, are you gonna not finish this? Okay, someone else. Now he's just glitching out. Oh, we have to actually pause this once again because if we want to connect these in, I think we have to actually go from underneath. 1.8 thousand science, we're getting close. He was enjoying the water. I guess so, he just wanted to swim a little bit. Sweet. I got that constructed very quickly. So now these are going to be connected in. I think that we will need to wait until we go through a drought or a bad tide and the water elevation is dropped. Because at that point, then we might have the head differential in the water. So then there'll be a small current going this way. You might need to have a lot more water wheels for it to actually function. Because these can only produce, how much power? 120. And this requires 700. So even if these are working at full capacity, this thing will only be pumping at, I mean, what is that? 25, 30% max power. So I think we'll need to add a few more. So I guess we'll just continue back in this direction. And then we'll need to start going on top of the water because we have the trees in the way now. And then if we go back 2, we have space for another one right here. We'll have to remove this one tree. I don't know, can we actually reach this? And we'll basically just keep going backwards with the power shafts. Looks like they made those, so we're good there. This is not what I expected to do in today's episode, that's for sure. We are just about filled up. You can see the water is starting to back up over here now. Set this to 0.9. This is basically filled up. I mean, there's still water coming in, but soon, 0.65. You can see we are just about there. And then we have, oh no, can we not reach this one? Oh sweet. That's good. So let them finish that, and then we can get this one placed down. Hopefully he constructs this and doesn't run away at 95%. And then I guess in the next episode we can unlock this for 2,500 science. We'll put that down right here, and we'll see if after the bad tide it actually works. Because this is just my guess as to if it'll work or not. I don't know exactly. So it's going to be a fun little challenge. Okay, they should be able to chop those trees down. But we're going to have a bad tide in basically 0 seconds. So we'll let that loud noise get through. And Jay Sean, I see you said to connect it to the power grid, but hopefully I explained it well enough that you guys understand. But these will provide just a little bit of power, I think, at the end of the bad tide or a drought. When the water elevation is lowered a little bit, the water will start coming back through here. Not a whole lot, but there'll be just enough, and it'll power these ever so slightly. And then that will induce this the mechanical fluid pump to pump some water in here, and then it's going to lower the water elevation, and then the water should just keep trying to fill it in, and then keep turning those water wheels. Not very fast, but it should turn them. So we'll see if it works. And looks like you said that I explained it well, so glad to hear that. But we have a 5-day bad tide. Overall, we're doing great. 10,000 water. We're going up in bad water after adding those couple of deep bad water pumps over here. We had the reservoir constructed. Thank you, Jay Sean, for suggesting getting that built. It only took like 1.5 episodes. That's pretty cool. We have our whole connection over here, which I'll probably need to, well, I might not need to add in these turn the engines back on, but we'll keep an eye on that. I'll finish this in the next episode. What else? Food's good. Resources we're doing great on. We probably need to get some more extract, so that's something hopefully you guys remember. Hopefully I remember in the next episode. Oh yeah, the mountain. Yeah, we still gotta get through this, so I'll just place down some dynamite, and then I'll see that, and we'll finish it up. But I thank all you guys for showing up. Glad we had a lot of people talking in the chat. It's what makes these streams fun. I could live stream even if you guys weren't talking, but then it'd just be like watching me record a video live and then not edited. So this is way more fun, and I appreciate all you guys showing up week after week. Because if you guys weren't here, I probably would not keep doing this. So I appreciate you all, and I'll see you next weekend. Once again, 8 o'clock streaming Saturday morning.